Welcome back to Point Blank. I'm Riley, joined by Gabrielle and Rachel. Karina will be back in a few weeks, but for now, Rachel, welcome to entertainment.
Happy
to have you.
Happy to
Welcome,
be here.
I know. How does it feel sitting on the couch?
I feel like one of the cool kids.
Yeah. welcome to the Cool Kids Club. We're happy to have you. But yeah, I'm really vibing with the energy we got going on here. So
Vibes
too.
are good today.
It's
They
gonna be
are.
Very
good.
good.
It's a
Yes.
good day.
Well, let's jump right into things. Hailey Bieber recently had a big health scare after it was announced she had a blood clot in her brain. Bieber said, "On Thursday morning, I was sitting at breakfast with my husband when I started having stroke-like symptoms and was taken to the hospital. They found I had suffered a very small blood clot to my brain, which caused a small lack of oxygen, but my body had passed it on its own and I recovered completely within a few hours." I'm very happy to hear that she passed it so quickly because that is scary.
I
That
know.
is so scary.
Like a blood clot on your brain is just like hearing that. I don't know like what that technically does to you, but that's like a serious problem.
Yeah.
And lack of oxygen too. She's also lucky that she was around someone. I get so scared when it comes to health things. Like if something happens to me, am I gonna be alone? Is it gonna be in the middle of the night? Like at least she was there with Justin and like they were able to help her immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, how did people find out that she was in the hospital?
I guess paparazzi's following them
Paparazzi is
everywhere.
everywhere.
Like I feel like they can't even go to the grocery store without them like not knowing where they are.
Because if you think about it, I'm sure they're not concerned about like covering her face to get into the hospital. They're concerned about getting her to the hospital.
Yeah.
And so if somebody sees Hailey and
That's
Justin
true.
Bieber walking into the hospital, they're like, oh my God, what's going on? Somehow they find out from somebody.
Yeah. Especially the amount of people that are in hospitals, like
Yeah.
the patients, like everybody
Right.
probably is talking.
This
Yeah.
is also another example of how like exposed their lives are. Like what it happened and we knew the same day it happened. And I like too that like her message didn't really give too much detail, just said like nothing to worry about, it passed and like thanks for your support. And I also knew that it wasn't probably that serious because I feel like Justin would have canceled or like changed the dates of whatever those two concert
Yeah.
dates were going to be. But
Yeah.
thank God she's okay. It's also so scary because you never know like who, when, or what could ever happen.
Yeah,
So
and
that was scary.
I think she's like never had a health scare like that before.
Yeah.
She's relatively very healthy. She eats good, works out all the time, like
I
lives the
want to know
healthiest
what
lifestyle.
caused it.
Same.
Right?
I heard from somebody, I don't remember, I don't know, this might be totally wrong. I'm just saying based off of what I think I remember, that it was somehow COVID related. But I don't know if that's true.
Well, I know Justin had a
COVID
COVID
recently, and she probably
he
did
had to
too.
cancel his Vegas concert.
Yeah.
So
So it could connect.
Yeah.
I've never heard of COVID causing a blood clot in the
Neither.
brain.
Rach and I did a story on this, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Yeah.
Three people I think had a blood clot
Oh,
or
yes.
found
Yes.
something. So maybe it could be
It
like
does.
vaccine/COVID
Yeah.
related.
But I think she's been vaccinated for a while.
I
yeah,
think so
she
too.
has been.
So I don't know, but that's really scary.
it is really scary.
But I'm glad that she's healthy again.
too.
She was at Justin's concert last
I was
night.
just gonna
yeah,
bring
that's
that
what I
up.
say. I saw a video
I
of
was just
her
gonna bring that
dancing
up.
and like
Yeah.
supporting him. So obviously it wasn't as
Yeah.
big as it seems to be.
And
you
she's
know?
not lying about like I'm okay just so
Yeah.
people aren't worried
Yeah.
about her.
Yeah.
Like
That's
she was
another thing
genuinely
too.
okay.
And can we just talk about how adorable she is at the concert?
Yeah.
When he sings and puts like all their photos around, she's just like
So
jumping and people record.
cute.
It's
Yeah.
so cute.
So
They
cute.
are. They're
I-
so cute.
I really love them.
At first,
I do.
I was very hesitant. Like, I loved him and Selena,
Me
but
too.
now, like, just seeing how much they love each other and how much Justin like shows her off and like really
Also,
proves
think
it.
about Justin Bieber now and Selena Gomez now, and then put them together. It's like
complete opposite.
complete opposite.
And
Yeah.
people.
I feel like their lives would be compatible. Either like two pop stars dating two pop stars. What are you gonna have the same shows together? Like
Yeah.
Hailey's also her modeling career is more like not less frequent, but she's able to like be more spacious with her time and could probably
Yeah.
like attend a lot more of his events than Selena would have ever been able
Yeah.
to.
And from what I see, I feel like they're both thriving separately.
They
Yeah.
are.
And I think whenever they were together, it was always like the media being about, oh, who's having a mental
Who's at-
health
oh, yeah.
crisis and like, who, like, what are they fighting about now? It was just never good news. Like, it was never them being happy.
That's very true. They're both like successful on their own. Like
Yeah.
they both do their own thing. Like this year, Hailey just picked up YouTube and she's dropping her new skincare line, Road. And Justin's obviously made a new album. He's going on tour. Like
Yeah.
they're separately thriving, but together as a
Exactly.
couple, like they're doing very well. I'm very happy
Which
for them.
goes back to a conversation we had a while ago about whether they would get, like, if she would get pregnant anytime
Yeah,
soon.
I still think so. Do you not?
I don't
think
know,
after
because like when you're listing all these things that they have going on, like a pregnancy
Yeah.
on top of that, like,
I know.
That's a
I
lot.
think that they're going to try to have a baby when his concerts, like when his tour is over.
Yeah.
Because
I can see
it's
that.
nationwide and then it's international. I think like once he takes a good break from that, I really do think they're going to try to start a family. But
Mm-hmm. I'm shocked they haven't yet, actually.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
feel
think they might have, but his concerts have been canceled the last 2 years because of COVID, like pushed
That's
back.
true.
So I feel like their little family's
Timeline is
also
messed
getting.
up.
I
Yeah.
think their timeline is like perfect.
Me too.
Like I feel like nowadays, like when celebrities get married after 3 months of dating and then they have a kid after 6 months, I'm like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
slow down.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I feel like Justin and Haley have like the perfect timeline.
Yeah,
of, like,
a little bit of
when
time
they're
to
doing
like,
everything.
yeah. No,
And I think it's better because it's when it is rushed and they get married
Yeah.
already, have kids already. It's like divorces right
I was just
after,
gonna
Right.
say
you know?
like a
Right.
divorce.
Yeah.
And
But I
when you
love
have
it.
a kid in there, it's like when divorce happens, when you just had a kid, it's
I
it's
want them
whole
to have a
mess.
kid
Yeah.
because I know they would be such amazing parents. But I also feel like that's a part of my childhood, like being crushed. Like I love Justin. Like even like with the Jonas Brothers becoming dads that we've been talking about. Like I'm so happy for them. They're starting to utilize like separating themselves from music. With Justin, I don't think I'll ever.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be able to get over that. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking kind of related, but not really. I was looking at people from my high school who are pregnant, and I'm
Yeah.
like, but like the age that they're at now is like a normal time
Time
for
to
people
have
to
a
get
people,
pregnant. But now
yeah.
that it's people that I went to high school with,
It's
it's like,
we. I
Yeah.
know.
This
It's
is
like,
weird.
oh, I can like
but they're like
genuinely have a baby.
24,
Yeah.
and like that's normal. I don't. It's just like insane
so
to me,
weird.
and it's the same thing with like celebrities that we grew up with having kids. It's like
I can't believe it. I would love to see them as parents, but I feel like they're gonna be so private about their lives and like
So
I feel
private
like
with
Justin's
the
gonna kind
baby.
of maybe stop music. I don't know.
Yeah.
That
I know
makes me
because they're
upset.
already private about their marriage.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
we talk about too.
pregnancy.
Haley's not doing any more interviews,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. I love them,
That baby is going to
I
be
do too.
so
and I'm
cute.
glad
though.
Haley's
So
okay.
cute.
So
Yeah,
cute.
I'm very
And
glad
she's
she's
I'm
gorgeous.
excited to see what they name that kid because
Yes.
Me too.
that's going to be the biggest baby reveal name.
They're gonna, I feel
Yes.
like they're gonna do basic.
Me too. Low key, me
know, I
too.
don't know.
But that's true. That's gonna be like bigger than Kylie.
Yeah, for sure.
It really is.
Yeah.
Well, happy she's okay.
Me too. Thank
Hopefully
goodness.
nothing like that happens again.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on to some out of this world news, no pun intended, Pete Davidson is going to outer space. Yes, you heard me right. Jeff Bezos' new company Blue Origin announced that Pete Davidson will be part of their 4-human flight into space launching on March 23rd. What?
Do you know how close March 23rd is?
That's
that
like-
is next week.
Yeah.
Next
it's
week.
That
literally
is
Pete
next
Davidson
week.
is going to be up in space.
But I don't get that. Why do they choose him? Don't you have to be an astronaut? Don't you have to be
That's
trained?
what I don't know. Like, what is the
Apparently
role
not.
of an astronaut if these random people are
It's
like?
just
What
going
does
up.
an astronaut do?
Literally,
Doesn't it
a
take
random
a
kid
lot-
from Staten Island that
Hey.
ended.
From Staten Island.
But like,
But
what?
doesn't it take a lot of training because
I
you don't just go up
know.
and down? Like, doesn't it take days? And you have to
Apparently
learn
not.
about like the eating and I don't know, being upside down. I don't freaking know, but why do they choose
guess
him?
not.
That's pretty
This is
random.
the 4th spaceship that's, I think it's called Blue. What was it? Blue Origin.
Blue
Origin.
Blue Origin.
Blue
yes.
Origin. This is the 4th one, and the last one had a 90-year-old guy from Star Trek on it. 90 years old, so I guess there's no requirements and like anything like that. 'Cause
I don't know. I always thought people who go into space had to be astronauts.
Me
Yeah,
too. That's
me
why I'm
Astronauts
so confused.
is like so hard to become.
Yeah.
You like that's like what people dream of being, and NASA takes like the top like 5% of people in the world,
Yeah.
and then it's
So
a 90-year-old from Star
prestigious.
Trek,
I know.
Jeff Bezos and Pete Davidson.
You know
Yeah,
what, too?
Like what?
This is the first time that I personally even heard about him sending people to space. I wonder, like, maybe I just found out about now because it's Pete Davidson and like right now he's huge in the media, like with dating Kim and all
Yeah,
that.
so
So,
they
I
wanna
wonder
bring
if like that was
attention.
like intentional for them to choose Pete because now people are gonna like maybe pay attention
Yeah,
to him more.
that makes sense.
I did not know about this at all.
I think the organization that's kind of like funding this is trying to get kids, like encourage kids to go into STEM. So I think they're trying to get like public figures to kind of support that
Okay.
go
I could
STEM
see that.
image, I guess.
Wait, I want you to share your theory.
Okay, my theory is
So good.
that the what's it called?
Spaceship?
Rocket,
Yeah.
spaceship,
Spaceship, rocket, I mean,
whatever, is gonna crash. Pete Davidson is gonna die, and they're gonna blame it on Kanye.
That is like
that's scary.
I do not want that to happen.
Me either.
Me either.
But
I
it's
love Pete.
so like fitting
It is.
for what is happening right now. That like it's so scary to even think about, but like that's something that I could just imagine happening.
Like, I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be like, yeah, I thought about this.
Yeah.
You know what though? Jeff Bezos, if he's in charge of it, Kanye has a lot of money, but Jeff Bezos has more. So
True.
Yeah.
That's very scary to think about because like the Mandela effect and all those creepy theories scare me so much. But I really hope that doesn't happen.
No, I really hope that it's okay. And I think it's so cool. I don't know if I would ever go to space just because I feel like I'd be scared that it's going to crash.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
But I think it's really cool that he's doing this. I don't know, like, again, the timing of it. I don't know if it's the best idea, but
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully everything turns out well. Hopefully he makes it there safely, makes it back safely.
You know what, too? This is just me thinking ahead. But obviously, he started off a guy from Staten Island, then went to SNL. Now he's dating Kim. I wonder if like him going to space is like, is he gonna write a book or like, is he gonna make skits about it on SNL? Like,
he
I feel like
totally will make
I feel like this is
Definitely.
something that's like a once in a lifetime experience that he could probably like really advertise off of for probably quite a bit.
Yeah.
Good for him. I wonder why they chose him.
That's
Weird.
what I'm saying. That's just the
but-
one thing I'm dying to know is why Pete Davidson.
That that is so,
So
random.
random. So random. Out of every celebrity, every public figure that you
I
could
want to know
choose
who
from.
the other two people going are.
Other
Is Jeff
celebrities?
Bezos going again?
Don't
don't
they
think
have
so.
two
I think it's, like,
astronauts?
I didn't
two
recognize the
trained
names.
people,
They
and
should
then
have,
maybe
like, 10.
two
Yeah.
like regular humans. It's not 10, really. That's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe the 9-year-old woman or man. Maybe it was on like his bucket list or something. But Pete Davidson is just so freaking random to me.
It's so random.
Good for him.
I know that. I don't know if the NFL player is going on this one, but it's like him and his wife.
Dude, what?
It's so
don't
random.
know.
I have no words, honestly, because I'm
Things-
just so confused.
That's just so weird that that's like a normal thing now for
The
people
world
to
is
just go to outer
evolving
space.
right underneath us, and
Yeah.
it's so scary.
so
It
scary.
is.
Like
It
I
is
feel
so
like we were
scary.
just like figuring out space, and people were just getting there
Yeah.
more normally, and it's like these advanced scientists.
Yep.
Space
Yeah.
has always been fake. Not fake to me, but I went on like a school trip to
Outer
like,
space.
no, outer space, and I remember buying like the astronaut food of cheese, and I was like, I'm an astronaut.
Oh, the
Yeah.
ice cream? You got
Yeah,
the
but to
ice
think
cream?
that it's real is just so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he comes back safe.
I know.
Yeah.
I love Mr. Pete.
I love him too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well wishes to
Well
Pete.
wishes,
Hopefully he
Pete.
gets back safe. Well, let's head over to Hot Topics with Danielle and Anna to hear some more about Pete Davidson and the Kardashians. Shocker.
Good evening and welcome back to this week's Hot Topics. I'm Danielle and of course I'm joined by my lovely co-host Anna. So let's dive into this week's Hot Topics. It looks like the biggest feud in Hollywood is come to a head. Messages have been leaked between Pete Davidson and Kanye West. Anna, have you read these messages? I think they're absolutely hilarious.
They are hilarious. I can't believe that this is real. Like, this is just something that I feel like you would have never seen like so long ago, but you would never see it with any other people
But
because
who leaked the messages? Wasn't
I have
it his
no
friend?
idea. Whose
It
friend?
wasn't-
Kanye or Pete's friend?
I think it was Pete's friend, because I don't think Pete would just openly like leak these messages like, yeah, I'm like laying right next to your wife.
That was so funny though.
That
Like,
was the
part of
best
me
part.
feels like he wanted that to be leaked. Like, I could definitely see him or someone very close to him leaking those messages just because they were so funny. And obviously, it's just another thing to get his name in the headlines.
I know, but why is Kanye still doing this? I just don't understand, because I feel like now he's putting not only his ex-wife, but his kids in danger.
Well, did you see he posted something, one of his like many posts, and it's deleted now, but he posted the name of their school. He literally,
I
in the
didn't see
caption, he was
that.
like, I don't want my kids at blank school. And like, the parents at that school are going to have a real problem
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah,
And
I
so
bet.
just going back to like the Pete and Kanye thing, like the messages, I just think that this has gone way too far. Obviously, I'm sure that Kim was not happy about those being released.
Oh, definitely not. But she commented on one of Kanye's posts that I saw was like, he took a picture of North's backpack and it was like little, what do you even call
Pins.
them?
They were like
Pins
little
of like
pins.
Kim and Kanye's face.
Yeah.
And he's like, when I'm allowed to see my kids. And Kim commented and was like, stop with this narrative. Like, you were literally here this morning picking up the kids for school. Like,
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only time she's maybe publicly commented on one of his posts. But I was
feel
like, I feel like
so
it's just
bad for
getting
her.
too much.
I feel so bad for her. Like, all she wants to do is just be the best mom to her kids, and she has to deal with these two, like, children, like, bickering on the internet now.
Do you think Pete is acting immature though? I feel like he's not.
I don't think he's acting immature. I think he's acting like a comedian, and that's what he is. You know, like, I think he's
Fueling the fire?
Yes, he loves this in a sense. I think he does probably genuinely care for Kim and doesn't want to see her hurt, which is why
Yeah.
I feel like if this had nothing to do with the person that he cared about, he would be pushing this even further. But he has said a million times to Kanye, like in those messages, it's like, you have no idea how nice I've been to you. Like, Saturday Night Live has wanted to
Yes.
use you for jokes and all this stuff, and I've stopped them from making jokes about you and your family and things like that. So I think he's, in that sense, he's being as mature as I would
Right.
expect Pete Davidson
I
to be, but
agree.
you can't
Yeah,
just
it's
think
Pete
that he's
Davidson.
not enjoying it just a little bit.
He also said in those messages, like, Kim's a wonderful mother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't understand what she does for us. So, like, I feel like he is trying to be respectful of her and the children, but he is playing it up a little bit. He likes that kind of funny
Yeah, and of course,
back
like,
and forth.
he's gotten a lot of publicity from it. I mean, he's no secret to, like, kind of riding the coattails of whoever he's dating. Like, when he dated Ariana Grande, like, that kind of skyrocketed him to a different level of fame. And so this is just, like, the next step, I guess, like, for that. So he sees it as a way to get publicity. But I do think he actually does genuinely care for Kim. I would hope.
Oh,
but-
100%. But at the end of the messages, he's like, are you going to meet up with me? Like, I
Yeah.
don't want cameras. Like, can we just
Yeah.
meet up? So do you think that they're actually going to hash it out one day?
I can't even predict that because Kanye is so crazy and just off the rails recently that, you know, if you would have asked me last year, I'd be like, oh, they would never, like, do something like that. Like, they would never agree to that. But Kanye very well might. Like, I don't know. He was even,
I'm scared, though, what would happen now.
yeah, I don't know.
Because Kanye, we all know he's, like, a little crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he would do if he actually saw Pete.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't think, we don't think they've
He
seen
would
each
need
other at all.
security. He would need security.
Yeah, he would need major security. But the saga continues and continues, and we'll see what happens next. He's probably posting as we speak and deleting, but I'm sure we'll see more stuff
Yeah,
in
I'm
the coming
excited.
weeks.
I
so
want to see them meet. So
Mhm.
we'll see.
We'll see. On a topic we like to discuss, Outer Banks, are they or aren't they? Madeline Klein and Chase Stokes were seen holding hands in recent Instagram photos, and fans are quick to speculate that they are back together. Danielle, do you think they're just friends?
I do. I don't want to think that they're just friends because I do think that they have this good chemistry when they're together. But I've also heard like all these speculations that Chase was kind of the one to go and cheat and Madeline found out about it on social media. So I do think that they are friends, but it was weird because I remember literally seeing that picture that he posted and it was like the whole cast and they were walking. He's like, oh, Outer Banks is back, and it's him and Madeline holding hands, and I was like,
Yeah, I thought the
It was
same thing, but then I was
weird.
like, all right, their characters are dating on the show. Maybe it was just, but then the other thing, and maybe I just looked too far into things, but in that same picture, like him and Madeline are holding hands in the picture, and then like JJ is on like Rafe's back or something, like the actors. So I'm like, okay, if they
Right.
were trying to be their characters, they wouldn't have that.
Exactly.
If that was from a scene, Rafe would probably not be in it because like when we left off in season 2, like they were nowhere near each other. They were on this island by themselves. So like that to me was like, okay, they're not, this isn't like a picture from the show or like something where they're promoting the
trying to be the
characters, if that makes
characters.
sense. Because that was my first thought as I was like, okay, let me not get too excited because their characters are of course together in the show. But then I saw that and I was like, well, maybe, I don't know. I just think that would be really bold of them to post them holding hands. Like,
I thought it was bold of
obviously-
him to post that.
Yeah, like obviously they knew that everyone was going to start speculating that they were back together. And then of course in the past couple weeks they've been seen together a few times, like to get just by themselves.
Yeah, they've been like at a club dancing together. They've been out to dinner and they've taken pictures with fans, but they've also been like, can you respect our privacy and stuff like that. And all, like the character that plays Jeju on the show, he has a girlfriend that works behind the scenes. So I've seen them together on dates with Chase and Madeline. So I'm like, something's definitely maybe going on, but
Yeah.
I don't know. If he did really cheat on her, then I'm like,
I don't think he cheated on her. I see that, to me, that rumor never really stuck, because I was like, to me, I just think that they broke up and then they didn't publicly announce that they broke up, and
Yeah.
then he was seen with another girl. So everybody just assumed that he cheated on her.
Right.
In reality, I just think they broke up and then didn't tell anyone, because obviously they didn't want to like post on Instagram like, hey guys, we broke up. And then in the next coming months, he was with another girl, and people just assumed that him and Madeline were still together when they weren't. So I don't think
Right.
he cheated on her.
I mean, she's been linked to her fair share of guys too,
Yeah.
like Zach Bia and the guy from 13 Reasons Why, I forget,
Ross Butler.
Ross Butler. So
Yeah.
she's been linked too. So maybe it is like when they're together again in that work setting, feelings might be coming back, and I don't know what's going on.
Or they
but-
could just be civil and be good friends.
But be holding
but
hands in
yeah, I
a
don't know.
picture? I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like they're doing that maybe to get more publicity, but
I'm like, the show isn't coming out anytime soon. If the show was coming out in the next couple months and they were doing this, I'm like,
right.
okay, well that's so just obviously a publicity stunt. But because we have no even general idea of when season 3 will be coming out, I do think that it's a weird timing for a publicity stunt for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
So I don't know. Do you hope they're back together?
Like, yes, because I thought that they were really cute together in their chemistry, like all the videos I've seen of them, but I don't want to get my hopes up and then it's like,
I
they're not
know.
back together, so we'll see.
Well, like I said in another episode, if they're not together in real life, I think their characters need to break up, because the chemistry is just going to be so off. And like part of the reason why that show was so successful is because of how genuine their chemistry was, and everyone
Chemistry
was
can't be that bad if they're holding hands, so
true.
I mean,
But everyone was so obsessed with that relationship on the
Yeah.
show that I think
agree.
it would be good if they were back together, and I think the show would kind of keep the magic that it had in the beginning, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. But on to my favorite family, the Kardashians, of course. The trailer for their new show has dropped. We see a lot of drama between Khloe and Tristan, Kim and Kanye, but most importantly, my favorite Kardashian, Kourtney, and Travis want to have a baby. Anna, do you think that Kourtney will have another baby?
I do. I really think she will.
Really?
You know what? I think she's going to be hesitant about having a child with a different father, just because she's so, like, not that this makes it any less of like a family or anything, but I think in her mind, she is so like, she wanted it to be Scott before she was with Travis. Like she had
Right.
said, like, you know, we've seen an episode, she talked about freezing her eggs and like taking precautions so that if she wanted to have another child, that she could. And, you know, there was all these conversations with her sisters of like, well, who would it be with? And like, she would constantly allude to the fact that she just would want Scott to be the father somehow. And that can be done, you know, without them being together. But I do think she's super in love with Travis. I could
I
totally see
do.
her wanting a kid with him. And it's no secret that she's been definitely on the fence about having another child. So I don't see that as impossible at all.
Yeah, I was so excited when I saw the trailer because I know that there's all this drama, like I said, with Khloe and Tristan and him obviously having a baby with another woman and Khloe finding out. And then I saw Kim did say in an interview somewhere that Pete's like not the type of guy that would go on their show, but if he's at an event and he was
Yeah.
there, he wouldn't like hide from the cameras.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that whole drama plays out on the show too.
This Kanye stuff is gonna be like ridiculous. Not that he's gonna be on
Do you think
it
it's
all.
gonna show that though?
I think it'll show Kim's perspective on it. Like, I think we'll see, you know, somebody coming into the room be like, he posted again, or like her getting sent another post of his or seeing it and her just having probably the hardest time trying to deal with that, and then also like be a mom to her kids. And like, of course no mother wants to like hide their father away from their kids, you know, especially like they were
Exactly.
together for so long. Of course she wants him to be in their lives, but not if he's going to be acting the way that he's going to be acting. So I think we're definitely going to see her kind of torn on that subject. As far as Chloe and Tristan, I just want her to be done with him. Like,
That's
and I hope
been
we
like
see
3
that
times
just
too
end.
many getting back with him. Like,
Yeah.
she needs to be done.
Yeah. Like, I can understand how difficult that must be. Like, I don't love when people talk down about her on social media, like, for getting back together with him, because it's like, you don't know what that's like to be, like, so in love with someone, and it's just hard to walk away, especially now you have a child with them. So I don't think poorly of her for getting back with him 100 times, but I just, for her own sake, I really hope that she just gets the strength
Yeah.
to walk away.
I'm excited to see that. I heard that the show's more like they're not all together all the time. Like, they kind of focus on Kim and what's going on in her life, and then they'll go like to Chloe, and it's going to be all about Chloe. So it's not like, oh, the family's together in a room and they're sitting down talking about their lives.
Right.
It's more like focused on one sister at certain points in the show, so it's more intimate.
And I feel like that's going to be better because those conversations where they're like sitting in the kitchen eating salad, like all of it's so staged, like you can tell. Like you can tell the producers are like, okay, talk about this. And like
Right.
all of the conversations, like the content of the conversations are probably true. Like they're talking about current events in their lives and things, but the conversation itself is not like organic or
Right. It's like, talk about this,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah, and like it's not false information, so it's not staged in that sense, but it's definitely like they wouldn't be having this conversation if the cameras weren't there.
Yeah,
So I
I
think
agree.
like splitting them up and kind of seeing them in their like each their own natural habitats kind of is going to be a better insight to their lives. I would love to see Kendall and Kylie in it more, but I might have false
I mean,
hope
they were in
about
the
that.
trailer, so, but Kylie was pregnant when they were shooting a lot of it, so
that's
I don't
true.
know how much she'll be in it, but
'Cause
she
she
just got back
really-
to Instagram today, so
Really?
she posted like, hey guys, I've been struggling a little bit, getting back into my daily routine, so, we'll see.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that she's back on social media, but she hasn't been in the show really for a while. Like
Yeah.
here and there she'll pop up if they're all at something, but I feel like they haven't focused on her life as much as the rest of their lives. And she has such an interesting life to me. She's like extremely successful. She has her own business and she's also the youngest.
And she has 2 kids now.
Two kids.
So.
Like I would just love to have more insight on like what she's doing, and I feel like she's a very, very intelligent like businesswoman, and I don't think she's highlighted in that way on social media a lot.
No, not at all.
So I would really, really like to kind of see like the inner workings of like Kylie Cosmetics and like stuff that she's doing with that.
No, I'm so excited. Well, April 14th, we'll have to tune in on Hulu to watch the show, but
Yes,
I'm so excited. It's
absolutely.
my favorite.
That's all we have for Hot Topics tonight. Back to you, Riley.
One of the most beloved things of our generation may be coming to an end. People are beginning to believe that YouTube is slowly but surely dying thanks to things like TikTok, Instagram, podcasts, and more. YouTube sensation Amber Chamberlain is a prime example as she is officially leaving YouTube, moving strictly to her podcast. I was like an aspiring YouTuber growing up. I loved watching YouTube. I had all the YouTubers that I watched like in my subscription box. Loved it. So to hear that it's like dying off is so sad to me.
So sad. It was like our childhood. It was like our first kind of
Yeah.
form of social media.
Yeah, it really was.
We watched the influencers. I personally made my fake like makeup
Me
tutorials.
too. I remember when I got my child lock or whatever off of YouTube, and I used to watch videos like crazy. It's so weird for me too, because like I feel like as all of us broadcast journalism majors, like it started off as print, and then it went to TV, and then it went to podcasting. Like I don't think or can ever possibly see YouTube ending. Like maybe as it being a full career for someone, but just the amount of things you could find on YouTube, not even like with people, tutorials, recipes, like
Yeah.
I don't ever think I could see YouTube going away.
I don't think YouTube will ever go away. I think
But, like,
YouTubers
Yes.
will
YouTubers,
go away.
me too.
I agree.
I think that's another thing too. People start there, and if they get lucky and they get further, that's probably why Emma wants to leave. I listen to her podcast, and she's doing she has the Chamberlain Coffee. Like, I think that's a good starting point, but people kind of outgrow it.
Yeah, I think that was kind of her reasoning. She's like, I mean, I started off on YouTube and it started off my career, and then she did all these amazing things. And that's what a lot of other people did. And like YouTube
Like
is where they
Viners.
got Vine too.
Like
That's
Cameron
crazy to think
Dallas,
about.
all of those people.
Yeah, they all got it started on
And
YouTube.
I think like people like Emma Chamberlain who branch off of their brand are able to succeed, but then you have people who kind of just float with YouTube and just ride that YouTube wave that kind of cap. Like, no hate to him at all. Tyler Oakley was like a huge YouTuber back in like the days that we used to watch, but he didn't really branch off of that and do other things. Like, there's YouTubers, Colleen Ballinger wrote 2 books. She had a Netflix special. She had her own TV show. You have Joey Graceffa. He had his own special. These people like branched off. People like Tyler Oakley sat there and just continued to make YouTube videos, and now they kind of fallen out of the public eye.
Do you think that's by chance? Like, Emma Chamberlain got big, like these people got big. Do you think maybe they weren't offered brand stuff? Because I feel like it's
I think it's what you put into it.
Exactly.
I think like
yeah.
people like Colleen and Joey that I just said, they had ideas like, okay, let me make my own TV show. They have to write the TV show. They have to pitch the TV show. I'm not saying that other people don't do that, and maybe it's just by chance that theirs don't get picked up, but you have to want to start a different thing in your brand. You have to want to start a podcast. You have to want to make a product. And I think people are content with just staying on YouTube, and now that YouTubers are kind of becoming extinct, for lack of a better word, like,
I
it's gonna
agree.
bite them in the butt.
And I think like bringing up this like scientific or whatever information, but like apps such as like TikTok and like Snapchat where we can watch things so quick are like entertainment abilities. What is the word? What am I trying to say?
I know what
here?
you're trying to say.
Yeah,
It's like-
Or saying our time span?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
okay.
Our
Our
attention
attention
span.
span, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like I'm not gonna sit down and watch like an hour YouTube video.
I would have
of-
used to though.
Right.
I used
I'd be
to
like-
too though.
I
But now I'm
used
used
to
to
get
TikTok.
so mad whenever I would watch YouTuber and I would see their videos posted. It was like 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
want
like, that's
15-minute
it.
video.
Yeah.
Now if I'm on TikTok and I'm like, okay, this video's 3 minutes, I'm like, skip.
Yeah, I'm like after 30 seconds, I'm like, oh my god, get to the point, and then I'm like going through.
Yeah.
So I think it has a lot to do with that. Like people don't want to sit there and have you sweet talk this one product for about 15 minutes. You know, you just
Yeah.
want to see a 30-second clip and be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Emma
Agree.
Chamberlain specifically, like, she started on YouTube. I listened to her podcast. She started on YouTube because she loved video editing. So for her to just leave that is just so shocking to me, because like if that's genuinely what you love and what you wanted to do, I mean, you grow out of things, that's totally normal. But for me, I genuinely can't believe it. I know her podcast was getting big, like Anything Goes it's called, and I really like it, but I just cannot believe she's gonna leave YouTube.
I listened to the podcast where she kind of announced
What'd
it,
she
and
say?
she was basically like, she was burnt out. And she's like, there's only so much things that you can film about your life. That's like, what else do you film? Like you're
Because you're not going to be doing daily vlogs. Like,
Yeah,
that's
every day.
so outdated. and
Yeah.
nobody watches those anymore. So to post a video multiple times a week, it's like, okay, what now?
Yeah, and she said she really wanted to find herself. And to think about it, she started making these YouTube videos when she was like a freshman, sophomore
she
in
was
high
in high
school.
school.
And she became very famous off of it. And then she was kind of creating her personality, like who she was, off of what people wanted to see. So she's like taking this time to find out like who she even is, not like in the public eye, not what people want to see, which I totally get, because like she's never not.
Yeah.
Especially too at such a young age. Like if you got big at an older age and you already found yourself, but to grow, literally, that's like the age you hit puberty. Like
Yeah.
you're still growing and becoming a woman, becoming a man. Like it does make sense. It's a little shocking to me.
It's crazy for me to think about, like, when you think about singers, you think about people that we liked are not people that our parents liked, and not people that the kids younger than us liked. That's how YouTubers are too. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking about it. Like, the people that I used to watch, like Jenna Marbles does not make videos anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane Dawson does not make videos anymore. They were both canceled, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Like, these are people that were like the it
Yes,
people of
they
YouTube,
were.
and now they're not even on YouTube anymore.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
And now it's like Emma Chamberlain, she's still kind of new
She is.
in comparison to other YouTubers, and she's leaving, but like these are people that like the younger people are watching. And it's crazy to think that YouTube's been going for that long, that there's like outdated YouTubers.
It is so weird to think about. And going back to what you were saying before, like if you don't move on to like bigger and better things, you are gonna eventually die out. So
Get
you
stuck.
need to take advantage of what you created for yourself on YouTube and go and do something like Emma did. But I was thinking like even David Dobrik, he stays on YouTube and he's still doing it, but I feel like his following
His
is
following
not.
has dropped. And he's
anything
been
like it
in
was.
controversy too, like
Yeah, he has been.
big scandals, but
Yeah.
he hasn't done anything for
Else.
himself.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like afraid, like, oh, I was canceled, so I can't do anything besides YouTube. And like he still has his followers, and that's it. Like he won't
Yeah.
grow, but he won't like
Die
fall
out.
back.
Thinking
Yeah.
about it now, like we're watching it as viewers, like we're obviously not YouTube celebrities. So I guess like when you watch someone, it's different from watching them and getting entertainment out of them from it being their own life. Like I'm sure it is tiring. Just being like a celebrity or social media influencer in general, very
Yeah.
tiring.
And with that kind of career, you need to like be creating content always.
Oh, that
It's
is
a
your
full-time
job,
job.
24/7.
Yeah. Like you need to be thinking of new ideas and how to engage with your followers and your and I'm like,
I am happy though that she's not totally leaving like the media world. Like
Yeah.
podcasts are an emerging form of the
Yeah.
medium. Like if she's gonna stick with that, they're getting increasingly more popular. Good for her. At least she's not like saying I'm out. Like
Yeah.
she's just changing what she's
her
doing.
career path. Yeah. Which is totally understandable.
I think every time I bring this person up, I always get dragged. But
I'm scared.
hater or lover, Trisha Paytas knows what she's doing in this industry. She has been on YouTube. She's been in the public eye for so long. She's an OG YouTuber.
She is.
And she is now famous on TikTok because instead of staying with YouTube, she still makes YouTube videos. Instead of just staying there, she moved to TikTok and made that a priority, built her brand there. So now people know her from TikTok and not from YouTube.
It's very
Yeah.
true. But think about the age difference.
I know, but, and I think she attracts a certain type of audience.
Yeah, nerds.
All right, Staten Island over
The
there.
controversial people.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. She makes me laugh. Fine.
She is funny.
she's so
It's
funny.
fine.
But
I think she's just such a character in herself that
Yeah.
people are gonna follow her wherever she
Mhm.
is.
But like you watch her videos and you're like intrigued, and it's because she knows what she's doing.
She
Yeah,
does
she
also have like one of those contagious personalities that she's kind of like wherever she goes, I'll go because
Yeah.
she's hilarious.
She is.
Whether you're laughing with her or at her, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So.
That's
She
true.
is, but I don't know.
Of course, you like Trisha Paytas.
All right, watch it over there. I will defend her to the grave, unless she gets in some bad controversy. But anyway, sibling rivalries go back all the way to early teenage years, and this is no different than for sets of superstar siblings. Bella Hadid finally admitted to having a nose job at the age of 14 because she felt like Gigi's quote-unquote ugly sister. What do we think about this revelation?
I don't know why getting plastic surgery nowadays is still like people want to hide it so badly. Like I get that it could be embarrassing because people like preach self-love. You want to be who you are and be proud of it. But like celebrities, I don't know why they get slammed so much for doing it. Also too, I could imagine like living in the shadow of my older sister. Like my sister, she always makes me feel so bad because she says that about me. I'm like, you're an individual, you're beautiful, like embrace who you are. So like being like the ugly sister, like I can understand where she's coming from. I don't know, I feel sad for her.
I think it's really sad, especially that she was 14 and she got
That's
a nose job.
very,
Yeah.
very young.
Because obviously were they like famous at that age?
I
They
think
were like just starting to get into the public eye and like the modeling.
Yolanda
industry,
was,
I think.
I also think it has to do with her
Oh my
mom, but
God.
we'll
Yeah.
get to that.
Mamas.
And I think like, I'm not saying at all, like I think it's horrible that her solution was getting a nose job so
Me
she
too.
felt prettier. And I don't think that's what like will make somebody feel prettier. But I do agree, like if somebody wants to get plastic surgery, if somebody wants to get Botox, like it shouldn't be looked down upon.
And
Yeah.
that's what I get. Like, it's not good to feel like the ugly duckling or like
Yeah.
not the prettiest person in the world. But again, like, I don't think 14 years old. That's
I know.
an eighth grader.
she
Why
said-
don't you like not even go to therapy? Why don't you like learn how to, I don't know, like talk
Yeah.
to your parents, your friends. Like, try to learn how to love yourself before you make such a permanent decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, I still don't think it should be something that she had to hide for what she's
Yeah.
in her late 20s now.
I know.
Yeah.
That's a long
Year-
time.
over
So
10
long.
years.
I feel bad because she said now she's like she regrets it because she feel like she could have grown into it and it could have been something that she ended up loving
Yeah.
of herself. But at that age, like you're so young, you want to look like your best amazing model self that you know you're seeing everywhere. So just to like
Yeah.
have her say
And I
that.
feel like you're not even fully grown when you're 14.
You're not.
No, not
You have
at all.
to grow into your
you
features.
can grow into your
That's
features.
literally again
Exactly.
puberty age.
So why did the mom like allow that?
And that's another thing I was gonna say. Like I've watched Yolanda's her TV show where she does like scouts these young models and also like interviews with her. And she was like the kind of mom who didn't have snacks in the house. Like that's the kind of person she was. And maybe Bella was like a little hesitant to like announce that because maybe obviously her mom and her dad were the people who allowed her and paid for that.
Yeah.
So maybe she was secretive about it. But the mom, that's the way Yolanda is. Like
I hate her.
yeah,
I
people like
hate her.
legit don't
she
like
had
her.
on like these kids on like
Diets, right?
fasting and diets and like they couldn't eat till a certain time, like all this stuff. Like those poor girls are so mentally messed up from their mother.
I saw this video of Yolanda talking to either Bella or Gigi, and one of them was like, I want, and then said like some sort of unhealthy food, and Yolanda's like, you're not eating that. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to eat that. And I'm like, first of all, like, she's so skinny.
So skinny.
Like, I just don't understand.
You know
So
what?
skinny.
At the end of the day, what she did do, and it was an unhealthy way, made them successful. But to embed that in people's heads at such a young age, like don't eat this, don't eat that, that is what leads to future anxiety,
Yeah.
anorexia, depression. And Bella opened up that she literally had almost all of those bad like
Yeah.
things, and that's because unfortunately, when it's embedded in you and you're around that at such a young age, you take it with you through your adult life.
And I'm happy all this is like being revealed to like the younger generations, because I feel like the cycle would have continued where it's like, oh, I want to look like Bella and Gigi, so I want to get a nose job, I want to do these like diets and all these unhealthy habits, but they're opening up about
Yep.
their experience about it, which I think is really great. And I think if she lied about having a nose job, like that's so messed up
Yeah.
for like the girls that want to look like you.
And that's another thing too. I don't think it's bad again to have plastic surgery. Like if you want to change the way you look, it makes your self-confidence feel better,
Yeah.
you do it. But I also don't think that it should be kept a secret, because then you have like false perceptions of what like beauty is. Like you see these girls or like you see these guys on Instagram or social media, like how are their skin so flawless? How is their lips so full, nose so perfect? And at the end of the day, like we're blinded by the fact that it's like
all fake.
all fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true.
I agree.
I'm just glad that she kind of
Opened up,
Opened
probably
opened
weighed
up
on
and
her.
shared her story about it, and shared like how it was more than just a nose job for her.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that she was able to finally
She
share
seems
that.
like a very
think so.
confident woman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if that's what it took for her to,
Grow
Good
into
for
it.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I like her.
Me too. Well, it's time for another week of Heads Up, just because we had so much fun last week. This time we're going to play a few rounds with different categories. So let's get started. Okay. Does
my
anyone want to
God.
go first? this
Not
week?
me.
No.
Rachel.
Okay.
Rachel's a
No.
guest. She has to.
All right.
God.
Let's see. What category do we want to do first? We did Superstars last week. We have Hey Mr. DJ. We can sing to each other.
Ooh, I like that one.
We could do blockbuster movies. You want to do Hey Mr. DJ?
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that idea.
Let's
You
turn
first?
the volume
Guys, I'm
up.
so bad at like remembering like.
No, I always
artists and
embarrass
stuff.
myself. So
All right.
scared.
Up is skip, right?
Up is skip.
Okay.
Down is correct.
All right.
All right. Ready, Gab?
So nervous.
Why don't you?
Stay
Yeah.
with me, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
No,
Oh my God.
well,
no. It's okay.
Oh.
Oh, I can't say the words.
I know.
I only know that.
Someone's girl.
That's a
Jesse's
word.
Girl.
Yeah, that's literally a word. in the title.
I don't know that song.
When you're not strong, I'll be.
I'll be there.
No.
I'll be all right.
No,
Wait, that
Stand
might
by
not
me.
even be. No, actually, that's the wrong song.
just skip it.
Okay. Oh, oops.
It's okay. And I think to myself.
What a wonderful
Yeah.
world.
Yes.
Oh, wrong.
Oh,
Okay, it's
Am
okay.
I okay?
Put
a ring on it.
Yeah, single ladies. Go.
It's like,
okay.
oh, shoot.
And
Get up. It's
I'm
so
gonna take my clothes
Oh.
off. It's
Getting hot in here,
Yes.
so take off all my
Good.
clothes.
Hot in
No,
here.
hot in here.
Uh-huh,
got
okay.
it.
Well,
I can't
Kelly
breathe
Gabrielle.
for the first time.
Troy Bolton?
Guys, Kelly Gabrielle, isn't that her name?
Breaking
Thank you,
Free from High School
Linda.
Musical.
That's what
Since you've been gone.
Since you've been
Oh
gone.
my god.
It's
I
so
used to
hard
sing
not
that
to
song.
say
You
the
can go next. Do you
word.
want to do? I know.
That is hard.
It's hard.
We're like, I'm like, we can't say the word. She's like, someone.
No, I'm like
I'm
this.
just finishing
Kelly,
my lyrics.
Kelly Gabrielle.
Do you want to go next? Do
Okay.
you want to do the same one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Or celebrity, I don't care. Surprise me.
We can do 2 rounds.
Okay.
We
Place
got-
on
oh,
forehead. I'm so scared. I'm so bad at this.
Oh god.
Have a happy
Oh, Jingle Bells, Christmas song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
sure.
I don't know.
Riding around the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't.
Poker Face?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know this one.
Put your service to the test. I think that's
The
words.
Disney princess.
Yes. Do your best.
Close.
It's like,
Rhymes.
is it Frozen?
No.
No.
Oh, Belle or something.
Yes.
I don't know what it's called,
And
but I know
the-
it. Belle and the Prince. Belle and the Lion.
Skip.
Okay.
I got all my sisters with me.
We are family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, work. I don't know how
no.
this goes. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, she's a good
No,
hummer.
shake it. No.
No.
I'm freaking stuck. What is Belle and what's that animal?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
Belle and the Prince.
That animal. I said Belle and the Lion.
Okay. Hit me with your best shot.
Yes, what the
Rachel
heck?
with the humming.
You know it's no treble.
All about that bass.
Yes.
What?
God, I don't know
Say-
any other
I
lyrics
didn't
besides
hear
the chorus.
You didn't have to cut me off. Is that what it's called?
You didn't have to cut me off.
I don't remember this either.
Sorry.
Oh,
I've had the time of my life.
yes.
Oh, here comes the sun.
Yes, you got like every single one.
Rachel, you're a good hummer.
I should be like a
Oh,
Hummer
excuse me.
like
Okay.
Excuse me.
enthusiast.
For the second round, do we do the same one or should we do different?
Do
category?
celebrity, because she didn't get to do
Yeah.
celebrity. So I'm not a good hummer?
See, I suck at
Rachel's a
celebrity
great
names.
hummer.
Yeah.
You're
Hummer
good. You know all the
enthusiast.
songs. New Insta bio.
Yeah. literally.
Hummer enthusiast.
This is so dang fun.
I'm gonna be so bad at this. I already know.
No, you weren't.
Yes, ma'am.
The Olympic swimmer.
Male.
Michael Phelps.
Yep.
Good.
Sure.
Phillips.
Phillips.
Phelps.
Phelps.
Okay.
Oops.
They put it a
Put it
little
down
more
a
down
little.
more.
Oh, sorry.
He is
He's in
Hairspray,
Grease.
right?
He's
Oh,
in
no.
Grease.
Yeah.
He sings.
Oh
He's the
my-
main guy.
Zac Efron.
No.
Grease with Sandy
Oh,
and
Travolta.
Danny.
Yes.
Yes. Good.
He invented Facebook.
In a Harvard
Oh,
dorm room. Now the metaverse.
Oh my God.
You know it.
not Jeff Bezos.
Nope.
We'll give you a hint.
Close.
Actually, no, I can't. Last name starts with a Z.
Z-
Say
Skip.
it.
Z-
I don't
oh,
think you know.
I don't think I forgot
Mark
it.
Zuckerberg. Previously, the dad of the Kardashians, but now their new name is.
She's running for governor in California. Kris Jenner's ex.
I don't know this stuff,
Yes,
guys.
you do.
I
Oh my
don't.
God.
I told you I'm really
Basketball
bad.
player on the Lakers. The most popular
Tall,
one.
famous.
Very famous. He was in Space Jam, the new one.
LeBron James.
Caitlyn Jenner.
You knew that.
I did know that. You should have been like, I don't know. Guys, I'm so bad at it. And
Same
I
on
miss
me.
the humming. I liked humming better.
You knew Caitlyn Jenner. Mark Zuckerberg, you knew that.
I
You're
did.
smart. You are.
Married to Mila
Mila
Kunis.
Kunis.
Austin
70s show.
Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. The host, she's like the best host ever. She,
We did
Oprah
a
Winfrey.
yes,
Ellen.
yeah.
we did a project on her.
Her.
Former president, the son of another president.
They have like a curse against. No, that's
The
not.
Kennedys.
His last
No,
name.
that's-
His last name is a shrub. Another word for shrub.
Don't
A
know.
plant. A small tree.
Plant,
Stop. I don't know. What is it?
George Bush.
Wow,
She
dumb.
sings Waka Waka.
Shakira.
Yeah. Married to
And then
Ashton
Ashton
Kutcher.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Her Bush. I'm so
He
dumb.
wrote
famous children books.
Yeah.
He got canceled
Hop
recently.
on Pop.
Oh, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Avid book reader.
True. Jaden's
I whip my
Sister?
hair
Will
back
Smith.
and forth.
Willow Smith.
Yeah. the Queen singer. Thank you. Next.
Pizza.
Ariana
Rings.
Grande.
Crazy Train.
Nickelback. Stop! Stop! Who was it?
I didn't even know what to say for it.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Guys, this is not our strong suit.
Wait,
Stop!
what?
I did good.
What told you
You did good.
Nickelback?
Stop! I don't know. I freaked
I'm like,
out.
Nickelback.
I freaked out. Stop!
Oh, man.
Nickelback.
Stop. Leave me alone. Poker face.
Lady Gaga.
Good. Who's that?
don't know
Oh
who
wait, I don't know. Skip.
No.
If you're not a queen, you're the
King.
nope.
No,
Prince.
Yes.
Princess.
Prince.
Oh.
I didn't.
Sing the song TikTok before it's
Kesha.
famous. Good. Brielle.
Kelly Clarkson.
I shouldn't even be here.
Skip.
right
I
now.
don't know what the heck that is. Will Smith's father.
Will Smith.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't even know what to say.
Maroon 5.
Adam
yeah.
Levine.
You got this one.
Shaved her head. Is that her?
No.
That's not her.
Mean Girls. Main girl, Katie.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is she not the one who shaved her head?
No, Britney Spears.
my
Actually,
God.
she might
No,
have
Lindsay
too.
Lohan did too.
In a lot of movies, funny guy.
Adam Sandler.
No.
Is he the one that did Donkey and Shrek? That's not him.
Oh, just skip it.
I
I
don't know.
forgot what movie to say. Family Feud host.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey.
Nice.
Yay, right on the dinger.
That was good.
I didn't like
It
that.
was Eddie Murphy.
Oh, it was. That is Donkey.
Yeah, okay.
Good job, Rachel.
I
Thanks,
I
guys.
couldn't remember it, but that was good.
That was a good one. Good job. You're very good at it.
I obviously lost that round.
Nickelback.
Nickelback. Okay, well, that is all the time we have this week for Point Blank. Be sure to like and subscribe and watch us every week. We'll see you next time. Bye.